We talk about the deep state. We talk about the globalists.
Inflation versus deflation. Well, I mean,
you're at Mar-a-Lago.
I'm baffled that this isn't front page news.
Do you guys support a specific political party, or do you dislike both of them?
Oh, it worked like a charm on you guys.
Let's go, Brandon.
What's up, everybody? So we are eagerly awaiting Trump and Putin to show themselves. I mean, I think it's pretty predictable outcome what we got here. I don't think anybody's expecting some type of peace deal. Looks like we're getting some activity in the press room. It was totally empty before, but I don't know why we're overcomplicating this thing. I mean, I came up with a new slogan today. Mura. Yeah, Mura. Make Ukraine Russia again. So I've talked about this at length, that Ukraine really isn't even a real country, in my opinion. You know, for the 95% of Russia's existence, Ukraine was part of Russia. So Putin literally said what we've been saying this entire time. He said he wants that little slice of Ukraine toward the east that connects them to Crimea, because they need a land bridge to Crimea. Okay? And he doesn't want Ukraine to be part of NATO, and he wants us to stop moving NATO closer to Russia. Okay? So I don't know why we're acting like we don't have leverage in this situation. I mean, you guys have been getting on me a lot about being negative about Trump or being critical about Trump, but guys, why is this guy still giving weapons to Ukraine? Why are we acting like we don't have leverage here? Why are we not telling Ukraine? Like, and Macron comes out the other day and says, oh, it's not up to the United States whether or not Ukraine gives up land. Like, Macron, worry about your tranny wife situation, all right? How about show us, prove to us that your wife isn't your pedophile teacher, okay? I don't know why you're chiming in on U.S. politics, but if Trump comes out today and they didn't do anything, if they didn't accomplish anything, which I don't think they're going to, like, yeah, I gotta ask, like, does he even want this thing done? Because what does Ukraine do if we stop giving them weapons? They fold. Like Russia's gaining more land than ever right now. More Ukrainians are dying than ever. So what exactly is the leverage that they have? Is it just that we want that territory so badly? I mean, seriously, do you think that if we just if we never encroached on Ukraine in the first place, do you think we would just, like, that Putin would just start invading Europe like the way that Hitler did? Because I don't think he would do that. I think that Russia's overextending itself a good amount, even though it's getting the better of Ukraine. So, and freaking, what's his name? Andrew Bustamante, he comes here the other day and he's saying, yeah, it's the best return on investment ever to have your enemy, have somebody else fight your enemy for you. Like, bro, do you realize that we have no capacity to make drones? And, like, you know what happened in World War I and World War II is that we realized that most of the weapons that we had were totally antiquated and were useless, and that cheap things were destroying really expensive things. So these $500 drones that Ukrainians are making in their garage could probably take out our multi-billion-dollar destroyer ships, our aircraft carrier ships. Like, like the fact that China controls 90% of the drone market, like, where does the $1 trillion go over here? Like, that should be grounds for a damn revolution. I mean, figuratively, because I don't think it's legal to say that, but that's got to be, like, in my top 10, top 3 of things that pisses me off, is that, like, how are we not light years ahead of everybody else in the world in every category of military? Like, what, just because Ukraine's in a position where they have to make drones, that's all it takes for them to be better than us at making drones? Like, it's and the Trump's originally saying he's going to cut the military budget by 8% when he gets in, and he increases it to $1 trillion. So I have a feeling that we're going to be waiting a long time here, because this press room's looking pretty empty. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think that they're chatting about in there? Let me look at some chats here. Who we got in the house? Kevin Coleman. Kevin, I got to give you a call later today, actually. Greenspan. What do you guys think? I bet there's Vegas odds on. Let's see if there's Vegas odds on what the odds are that they're going to get a peace deal here. Vegas odds on Russia peace deal. When's this thing from? Oh, it spiked up a little bit today. So it spiked up to 39% today, actually. 1 week ago, it was at 20%. I guess I could show you this thing right now. It's not like the, yeah, I'll show you some shit. So I'll keep an eye on this in the background. Everybody left. So a little spike today. But I mean, shit, like look at what we're talking about. Russia occupied territory, Ukraine. So we're literally just talking about this. That's it. Just this. Just give it to them. See, so they have that already. They're not going to give that up. So they just want that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why would Trump not go for that? Why would Trump not go for that deal? Give me one good reason why Trump wouldn't go for it. Like, that's such a like, is it what? Because of the precedent? Like, words can't express how little I care about Ukraine. Like, pull our support, give the Eastern Bloc to them, tell Russia, if you go past that, then we're going to have serious problems. But I think that Putin would be super content with it. I mean, like, that's what he came out and said. Like, there's literally bullet points on what Putin came out and said. Let's see. What are Putin's peace terms? He asked for like 4 simple things. Territory recognition. All of the area. Or here, I'll share this with you. Let me share this thing. Like, it's so reasonable. It's so reasonable. All right, so we got, let's see. Get this chat out of here. All right, so we got Putin's demands as of mid-2025. Territorial recognition, all of areas Russia has occupied or annexed. Crimea, 2014, obviously. Then these 4 territories, which is basically that map I just showed you. Let me keep an eye and make sure they didn't jump in here. Yeah. Then Ukraine neutrality, permanently renounce any aspirations to join NATO. Simple, easy. Accept a strictly limited military capacity. Okay, so don't just give them a bunch of weapons like we were. Commit to not pursuing nuclear weapons. Okay. Yeah, the less countries with nukes, the better, especially ones that border Russia. I don't think we want Mexico having a nuke. Demilitarization and denazification. That's a fun one. Not too many people know about that. That's a very well-kept secret that Eastern Ukraine is full of a bunch of Nazis. So Russia wants Ukraine to dismantle its defense capabilities and suppress nationalist political entities under the justification of removing neo-Nazi influence. That's a whole rabbit hole that nobody talks about, the neo-Nazis in Ukraine. Then we got cultural and language mandates. Russia must be granted official language status in Ukraine. I mean, it's basically the same language anyway. Laws banning glorification of Nazism. I didn't know Ukraine was glorifying Nazism. Oh, look at the irony there. Everybody in Congress is bopping around with their Ukraine pins, and Ukraine glorifies Nazism. Glorifying Nazism and nationalist groups. So, okay. it's a little bit against free speech, but yeah, what are you going to do? Sanctions relief and diplomatic normalization. Complete lifting of Western sanctions against Russia. Resumption of economic and diplomatic ties. No claims for war damages, including use or return of frozen Russian assets. Restoration of trade and communications. Ceasefire conditions. 2 frameworks presented. Option A, Ukraine withdraws from all parts of the 4 claimed regions within a set time of 30 days. Russia ceases hostilities. Option B, Ukraine halts troop movement, stops military mobilization, and ends foreign military support. So this is really something that we could control at both ends, especially option B. So ends foreign military support. Well, I mean, I guess on our end, like, we could stop a big part of that. But, you know, the fact that people like Macron and Starmer are so obsessed with feeding weapons to Ukraine, not that they have any weapons, because Europe really has no military weapons or capacity at all since the end of the Cold War. Like, man, there was this great website I found one time that showed the before and after of like Germany's military, UK's military, France's military, before and after 1991 when NATO really started, and like they stopped making things. And oh, somebody's walking. I'm live streaming. Yeah, I'm live streaming. So then Russia also wants, let's see, Putin insists that this isn't a temporary freeze, it's a final resolution. Ooh, bad choice of words there, maybe. Placing the moral and political responsibility on Ukraine and its allies if rejected. So then ChatGPT gives us a reality check in opposition. So Ukraine strongly rejects these terms, labeling them as tantamount to complete capitulation, essentially surrendering its sovereignty and identity. I mean, but here's the thing, though. Like, if you can't protect yourself as a country, do you deserve to be a country? Like, Ukraine wouldn't have become a country without the help of America. Like, we basically hijacked Ukraine at the end of the Cold War. You know, the Russian government collapsed in on itself. We sent a bunch of NGOs and consultants to the Ukraine territory. We did this like straw poll thing where we polled the citizens and said, like, hey, do you want to be your own country now? And they say 90% of them said yes, but I mean, who the hell knows what the actual count was? Then we installed this puppet government that is, you know, essentially like a U.S. satellite, and we have like the cuck leaders in Russia for a couple of years that just do whatever we want, and then we get the oligarchs. And America's really excited about that. You should read this book called Casino Moscow. It talks about that time period where the Cold War, there was the USSR collapsed, and then, you know, capitalists poured in. We anointed a few oligarchs that were kind of just running shit, and, you know, American corporations were able to get into Russia, ton of money making opportunities, and the certain segments of Russia start to see what's going on and they don't like it. And then Putin comes along, does his false flag where he blows up the apartment buildings in Chechnya, I think. And then he gets himself elected and he does away with the oligarchs and closes Russia back off to the U.S. Businesses and markets and intelligence agencies. And that's when the American government started hating Putin, is when he stopped playing ball with the, I mean, it was really like maybe like less than 10 years that we had access to Russian markets. Like, it's always been a big fixation of the international bankers, that sweet, juicy Russian market. I mean, you know, it was Wall Street that funded the first Russian Revolution, right? Because they wanted access to that market, but they didn't get it. They got probably less access to the market after the first Russian Revolution. And then, you know, same thing after the Cold War, after the Soviet Union collapsed, they poured in there. How long did that thing last? I'll get to that in a second. Probably like 8-9 years. Then Putin gets in, and, you know, right off the bat, this is Clinton's administration, and Hillary hates him. Blinken's part of the administration. He hates him right off the bat. Jake Sullivan was just a little turd nugget at that time, so he wasn't around yet. But yeah, then they all come back in Obama's administration, and they're war hawking it up. The 2014 thing, there's like 3 different color revolutions in Ukraine, where president who's more sympathetic and favorable for Russia gets elected, and then we do a NGO-backed coup, like like a CIA, USAID type of situation, overthrow their democratically elected president. Like this happened 3 times, and like it's crazy. Scarier we are from a military standpoint. The amount of shit that we're able to do to Russia, and they haven't really retaliated yet. Like it's mind blowing. It's like poke, 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 poke. And Trump makes this big threat, like, oh, if Putin doesn't end this war in, what do you say, 50 days, and there's gonna be serious escalation. Like, Trump, what the hell are you gonna do? What, you're gonna nuke Russia? Is that what you're talking about? How about just give them the fucking land? Just give them the fucking land. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. Nobody in America cares about that little slice of Ukraine. Like, the people in that little slice of Ukraine probably want to be part of Russia. It's just so stupid. It's like, imagine if what's a good example? Imagine if like the American government caved in on itself and we didn't have a president for 2 months. Russia sends some consultants over to Texas and convinces people in Texas, like, hey, we want to be our own state now. Let's elect our own government. And then by the time we get our government back in order, the state of Texas is just this different thing now that's outside the United States, and Russia starts setting up shop in there. Russia's trying to put nukes in there. Russia's trying to make them part of the what the hell is it called? The opposite of the NATO. It'll come to me. There was like this other coalition of countries that was like the opposite of what NATO was, but that's aside the point. I'm really excited for this next chapter where, man, this guy Anthony Sutton wrote these books. One of them was called Wall Street and the Bolshevik Revolution. That I think will shed some light on this particular topic, because there's always been that shady, dirty, filthy international banker money and influence into these Russia revolution situations. And then writes this book called Wall Street and the Funding of Hitler. So why was Wall Street giving Hitler money? Paul Warburg, Jacob Rothschild, why were you guys giving Hitler money? That's weird. That's weird. We're going to talk about that. But still no action with this freaking press conference, guys. I don't know. You think that's a good sign or a bad sign that they're taking so long? Like they went into the meeting, I think 2 hours ago now at this point. They got the translators and everything, but I think it's kind of a simple yes or no. Like, here, let me put in the chat. Let me put a poll up right now and say, would you take Putin's deal if you were Trump? That's my question to you. Would you take the deal that Putin offered? Oh, it's all good, Kev. Kevin, let me know when I could give you a call. I have a real estate question for you. I'm going to put this in the chat, though. Would you take this deal if you were Trump? And don't let me sway your opinion. Like, maybe I'm heartless and crazy here, but I think it's insane to not take this deal. Like what? Like, do we need Ukraine that badly? And by the way, the mineral deal that Trump keeps talking about, all those freaking minerals are in the part of Ukraine that Russia's occupying. So I don't think we're getting any minerals. This thing let me. Oh, hold on, I gotta do it through here. Get rid of this thing. All right. Would you guys take this deal? Should Trump take the deal? Here we are. By the way, guys, if you want to be part of the crew, join the VT research group on Minnect. That's where all the cool stuff happens. Just ask the guys who are in there right now. The link is in the description. Should Trump take Putin's deal? And if you don't think so, make the argument. I'm going to start reading the chats in a second because it doesn't seem like any diplomacy is getting done today. All right. Here we go. Should Trump take Putin's deal? Yes, no. Let's see what you got. Let's read some chats. Trump may ask for a part of the land that has minerals. All right, let's look at a map of where the minerals are. Map of Ukraine minerals. All right, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. So there's a few different ones here. Let's take a look at this guy. If I'm remembering correctly, we care most about lithium and uranium. So let's see. This is lithium. That's lithium, so that's okay. They got a ton of titanium. Do we need titanium? Oh, wow. The reserves are classified. All right, so titanium we got. That's fine. Oh, wait. What's this one, though? I don't see an orange on here. Maybe this one's better. Nope, it's more confusing. Let's go back to ChatGPT and ask it which minerals the U.S. cares about the most. What minerals does Trump want from Ukraine? Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I did not have the screen share up the whole time. Well, let me pull this map back up. I need a Rob. Everybody needs a Rob. All right, so this is what I was looking at. So this one's probably the best. So not that bad. A lot of titanium in that part. We got some iron, but a shit ton of iron in the parts that are not occupied. Shit ton of titanium. Really, you got some of everything in both of them. Nearly $15 trillion in minerals. Am I sharing the right screen this time? Yes, I am. All right, so now let's see which ones we want. I thought it was lithium. Maybe I'm wrong. What's the deal? Rare earth elements and critical minerals. Trump has emphasized revenue sharing agreements for. Let me make sure these guys aren't talking yet. Trump has emphasized revenue sharing agreements concerning Ukraine's rare earth elements such as titanium, lithium, graphite, and uranium. Still no action. I see some Navy guys strolling in. I'm just taking pictures though. Trump has emphasized revenue sharing agreements concerning Ukraine's rare earth elements such as titanium, lithium, graphite, uranium. These minerals are essential for high-tech and defense industries. Revenue share up to 50%. The deal signed April 30th, 2025 sets up a joint reconstruction investment fund where Ukraine contributes 50% of future royalties from its newly issued licenses for critical minerals, oil, gas exploration. Broader resource reach. Earlier negotiations reportedly included broader demands such as 50% of revenues from reusable infrastructure projects like ports, power plants, and resource revenues. Let's see what this. All right, so yeah, you guys are with me. 81% of you say Trump should take Putin's deal. Like, tell me why we shouldn't. For the 20% in there, tell me why we shouldn't take the deal. Please. Why? Because you love Ukraine so much? Let's see. China is in Mexico illegally sucking up all the lithium deposits. Yeah, I know. Again, another thing to be mad about. I mean, am I being too hard on Trump? Like 90% of the people here are telling me I'm being too hard on Trump, but like I expected I had high expectations. And I'm usually right about this shit. And now you got CNN glazing Trump, you got Zuckerberg and Larry Ellison and Jeff Bezos glazing Trump, and you got Hillary Clinton saying that Trump should get the Nobel Prize if he gets this thing. Like, that's not establishment vibes. I don't know what is. Replaced with what? What are you asking me about? To all, no CIA, MI6, etc. are all on the black market Ukraine affairs. Yeah, I know. Battery technology growth is going away from lithium. Yeah, it seems like a really antiquated way to harness energy when we have 6,000 patents that are classified and that we murder people for when they build that type of stuff. How annoying is that we're like obsessing over battery technology when it's like that shit's like 300 years less sophisticated than the stuff that we could have access to. ChatGPT is now the human equivalent. I'd say it's better. Are you one of those guys who shits on ChatGPT lead designer? I mean, because I always say to people, if you make fun of people for using ChatGPT when they have a random question, that's like making fun of somebody for driving to work instead of walking to work, or for flying across the country instead of driving across the country. Why would somebody not use ChatGPT when they have a simple question? Because it's stupid to guess. And what, you want me to go take out the Encyclopedia Britannica? Must negotiate everything. So it's like just the show. No deal, man. Lead designer, you're being a troublemaker today. I think you're just trolling. There's no way you think that we shouldn't take that deal. Like, why? Ukraine has never been a critical part of America. We receive no natural resources from. Okay, so there you're against Ukraine. So what's the deal? You want Trump to say yes and give that part of Ukraine away to Russia? I mean, that's what I'm advocating for. I'll give the whole freaking thing away to them. Give us some money from it. Like, give us a revenue share of the resources. Russia can have it. Like, I mean, I guess the nice thing about Ukraine from the standpoint of the CIA is like it's probably the greatest, dirtiest slush fund ever. It's like you think it's easy to lose money in California. Ukraine's like a freaking black hole for normal money, let alone black ops money. Absolutely, yes, take the deal. Zelensky and his team got so rich from stealing all the money. It's ridiculous. I know. Wasn't he driving around like in a Bugatti and everything? Yeah, nobody cares about Ukraine. Was it? I said my slogan is Mura, make Ukraine Russia again. Maybe we protect. You know what? I gotta show you guys this video. Honestly, while we're sitting here waiting, let me show you this video. This will put everything into perspective. Timeline of Russia. Territory? Let's see if this is the right one. Russia land. There's this great video. The OGs have definitely seen it before I've showed it on here. Come on. History of Russia land. On map. Is this it? This could work, I guess. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So Ukraine is right here. See, that's Crimea. So Ukraine is this right here. Let's go forward a little bit. Actually, maybe it's easier to start here. Yeah. Look, so and boom. So see what happens right there? This is Ukraine, right? It's been part of Russia since, yeah, kind of all the way since the 1500s. Yeah, see 1600. Keep in mind, we're looking at this right here. Like, look at Crimea. Is my mouse showing up on here? Hopefully. So see Crimea right there under that lighter yellow part. So this is Ukraine, 1600s. Russia still got it. Still got it. Still got it. Still got it. 1700s. Still got it. 1800s. Got a shit ton of it. Still got it. 1900s. Soviet Union. Still got it. Still got it. Still got it. Then boom. It's been 30 years since this territory we call Ukraine has been its own thing that's been outside of Russia. And it wasn't up to Russia. They just went rogue for a split second while Russia's government was falling apart. So, like, no wonder it's a shit show. But it's not a serious country. Like 95% of Russia's existence, Ukraine's been part of Russia. I'm not even certain that Ukrainians want to be part of Ukraine instead of Russia. Now let's look at Ukraine population by year. This is a wild one. Oh, I see some activity. They might be getting started. Hold on. Oh, hold the phone. We might be in business right now. Yeah, look at that. What do we have? What do we got? All right. Any predictions? Looks like we got some activity. MK Ultra says.
Yeah, I don't.
What's that?
Looks good to us.
That's them.
Okay. I believe so.
Okay, I got playing in two places. That's what was going on. All right. MK Ultra says if the agencies and politicians were not acting like the Russian Federation, acting communist and corrupt and dealing, we would not even have this war settle that you settled the World War III put. You guys write wild sometimes. I don't know what the hell you're saying sometimes. If the agencies and politicians were not acting like the Russian Federation, acting communist and corrupt and dealing, we would not even have this war. Settle that. You settle the World War III potential. Guys, take your time when you're writing. Denise. I really don't care if Ukraine loses land as long as we don't give away biolab or minerals we need or paid for. I'm with you, brother. Or excuse me, I'm with you, Denise. Neo-Nazis want Russia to be an enemy to continue the war factories going. That's why all the propaganda is against Russia. By the way, something I got to look into. One of my friends who visited VT a few weeks ago she's been sending me stuff about Lindsey Graham directly receiving money for this. And I know you guys are probably like, yeah, no shit. It's the most obvious thing ever. But there might be a paper trail. That CIA officer came out the other day and said that might be happening. Like we might be able to prove it. So that'd be some shit. Russia even protected our borders from the king when we are starting our country. Oh, yeah. Fun fact, guys. Did you know when the sleazy Rothschilds were trying to take back America after the American Revolution, we had, I think it was England at our north on Canada's border, France at our south on Mexico's border. They were both ready to kind of close in on us as we were fighting the Civil War. And the Russian Tsar, who hated the Rothschilds, who hated international bankers, he rolls up on our shores with the Russian Navy and says to Lincoln, like, hey, if they violate your borders, if France or UK comes across your borders, we got your back. And then they back the fuck off. Not a lot of people know that. Some cool shit happened during the Civil War that people don't know about. All right, what's everybody taking pictures of? Let's see, it's 6:15 right now. You think this thing happens before 7? Yeah, seriously, F NATO. And I don't know why people keep throwing around the idea of Russia being part of NATO, because, like, isn't the entire purpose of NATO to protect European countries from Russian aggression? Yeah, no, you're totally right. Pepe Smokes Bongwoods. I'll call you a PB. Yeah, no, Russia, I don't consider Russia a danger or an enemy. Like, I consider the people who work in our own government a bigger danger than I consider Russia, far and away. And this is why I would get in trouble in school. Man, I was so out of place when I was in college. Like, my fucking professors, like, they were CIA officers, they were NSA officers, they were Homeland Security, State Department, and they would just pick our brains sometimes and lob out a question. They say, oh, who do you think's the biggest adversary today of the American government? And I'd pipe up and say, well, sir, I think it's the American government itself that's the biggest threat to the American government, or the biggest threat to America. And, you know, he'd have like this blasphemous reaction, like I was some fucking neo-Nazi or something. But, I mean, that aged pretty well. Like, anybody who says that some hole-in-the-wall country in the Middle East or China or Russia is a bigger threat to America than the hostile parts of our own government, or even the tech guys, like, I fully believe that we give our technology, well, it's not even something I have to believe, it's a fact. Like, the Soviet Union was incapable of making semiconductors in the 1980s, and we fucking send them the tech to help them make semiconductors, which they need for all of their military equipment, for all their like military vehicles, for their manufacturing, for their food industries. So they were they were shriveling up and dying in the 70s and 80s, and we pulled them up off their back and gave them the tech they needed to keep up with us. And meanwhile, we're sitting here acting like we're doing the stupid drills where we're hiding under, not me, but yeah, guys who were around back then. We're doing the drills where we're hiding under our desks, acting like a nuclear war is imminent, acting like Russia's a serious adversary. Like, I guarantee you, there was never a time during the Cold War where Russia was a serious threat to America. That was just like a money grab type. Like, they give away the tech to the country that's supposed to be the bad guy so that they could be a serious threat in the eyes of Congress, so they could shake down Congress for money. And I think that's exactly what happened with this, what is it called, Operation or Project Stargate, the thing that Trump and Larry Ellison and Sam Altman announced like 2 days after Inauguration Day. Think about it. Like, remember when DeepSeek came out? How much of it, like, talk about ops. DeepSeek, the China's version of ChatGPT, like the amount of stupid, unearned, unnecessary, overhyped buzz around that thing was such a psyop. Like CNBC was talking about, they were like, whoa, this thing's so much better than ChatGPT. It's so good that you can't even make an account. And, you know, people at the office are like, whoa, yeah, like it's so good. But like, hurry up and make an account because it can't handle all the bandwidth of all the people who are trying to do it. Shut up. I haven't heard a single person in the world mention DeepSeek since that first media blitz day that it came out. And why does China have DeepSeek, you might ask? Well, it's because even though we told NVIDIA, don't give them your chips, that's illegal, don't do it. Those NVIDIA chips, they still found their way to China somehow. And not even so much as a slap on the wrist for them. But what we did give them instead of a slap on the wrist is a $500 billion contract to build these big data servers in the middle of the country. But it's like that's an example of an industry leaking its tech to an adversary so they catch up to us, and then our industry leaders abroad say to Congress, like, hey, they caught up to us. We're going to need some money to regain that lead that we had on them. Look at these.
Техническая проверка. 121, 122, 123, 124, 125,
English.
126.
English.
Oh, good day. Just double checking our last minute translation booths, making sure everyone is getting everything is needed. Again, you should be having English in your English only modes. The floor will get both everything at the same time. On your headsets, it should be 00 floor, 01 should be English, and 02 should be Russian on your headsets. So again, just doing a couple last minute checks, making sure everything is going through as it should. Thank you.
Кремлевский пул, у вас все хорошо, все нормально? Камеры, покажите, пожалуйста, большой палец, что все нормально.
Пожалуйста.
Все, спасибо большое.
You still think after 7 p.m., Denise? It's 6:20 right now, and they're making. I don't know. I'm getting 10 minutes from now vibes. I hope so. Like I don't feel like waiting another hour to be told that nothing happened. Imagine it's over and we're wrong about this. Right now, so like Trump started off his administration with me with like a 100 out of 100 level of respect from me, maybe a 99 out of 100 level of respect for me, which is a lot. Like I don't give hundreds on anything, but it's been hemorrhaging, and right now it's down to like 10%. I'm sorry, it's gone from 99 to 10 in 7 months. But if they come out and say this thing's over, I'll put it back up to 25. We need this. We need something with Epstein. Something. something. Just throw us a crumb. Throw us a crumb a month. So this would bring it from 10 to 25. Start at 99, went down to 10. This would bring it to 25. I mean, if they don't get it here, it's maybe they'll go from 10 to 8. Like, where are you guys at on the scale from 0 to 100? What is your respect level for President Trump right now? Hit me with a number 0 to 100. What is your level of respect or admiration for Trump? I'm at 10. I don't see any numbers. Guys, 0. Oh, man. Is this me? I swear it's not me. It's a different Brandon. Dave, you're just trying to troll me, Dave. There's no way. Dave, is this about the Israel-Iran thing? All right, Dave, take away the... Pretend he didn't do the airstrike on the Iran nuclear facilities. Then what's your respect level for him? Danny says 30. Okay. Maybe 7. Yeah. Damn, James is hardcore. He's even a bit more pissed than me. Spectre C, 8. I love it. 5. Okay, good. What are you talking about, crazy? Who's your stepdad? The Florida girl says 12. I'm with you. Kevin, 70? Kevin, what are you talking about? Damn, Jordan doesn't fuck around. He says 0. Yes, all right. Anybody who's above a 50 now, put your number that you originally put and say like a short sentence why. You know, we're in time killing mode right now, but 70, Denise. Wow, it's more than that. All right, I'm not trying to judge. Now I'm curious why. Anybody who's people who are below 50, I know exactly why. People who are above 50, I'm curious. What are you doing? All right, now we're getting silly. A 99 without the iron. All right. So now tell me why, Dave. I know we talk all the time, but tell me and the world why right now. 20, it's more like it. What is this language here? Missy Poopy? Me Petite. I don't know. What's Putin's deal? So I went over before. It's basically keep that little slice of land in the east that's connects to Crimea because they took Crimea in 2014. That's their only deep water port access to the ocean. Like believe it or not, Russia's huge, but keep in mind it's like a small part of it that's civilized or that is like habitable. The rest of it's. Should I show you that right now? Let me show you that right now. Let me show you a population density map of Russia. Population. See how sidetracked I got? Map of Russia. Let's see, is this worth showing? I suppose so. Here, let me show this quick. All right, so see, and this is Crimea, I think. I think this is Crimea, right? Oh, are they not even showing? I think they're not even showing Crimea on this map. And Ukraine. So see right here, this is what they want. And this. Let's see what Ukraine is by itself. I got a thing for population density maps. Oh, look at this too. Wow, I don't know. I mean, this is a Reddit map, so take it with a grain of salt. But so see, look how many Russians versus Ukrainians are in this part right here. So like, no shit that they want that part. No shit. All right, let's get back to it. Looks like things are happening. I hope you guys got your explanations next to your numbers now. I gave you a bunch some time.
Want to lose 15 to 20% of your weight in a year? Try Rose Insurance Checker to see if...
Oh, doesn't say Ozempic. All right. So Putin's deal, back to it. So Putin's deal was to take that slice of Ukraine that they're occupying right now. Okay, not that crazy. Also to give assurance that Ukraine will never be part of NATO. To demilitarize Ukraine within reason and to stop NATO expansion. I think that was pretty much it. Oh, and to lift the sanctions that have been put on Russia. So we're talking pretty standard shit here. The biggest thing that's the biggest hurdle to get the rolled over to get Ukraine to buy in on is given that part of Ukraine that was taken by Russia that I just showed you that's mostly Russian. And all of Ukraine is basically Russia. So this is a big silly thing in the first place. Like, I mean, it's just it's like a way to fight Russia without fighting Russia, because Wall Street and the bankers have always been fixated on that sweet Russian market. And another one is, you've probably seen this before. Most natural resources by country. Here, take a look at this. This may have something to do with it. Let's look at that. $75 trillion worth of natural resources for Russia. It's pretty crazy when you look at this thing, and their freaking GDP is pitiful. So, all right, you got this in your head, and then US GDP is 29 trillion. Russia's GDP is 4 trillion. So that's one of the downsides of authoritarianism and almost 100 years of communism, maybe 80 years. All right, come on, let's go now. We're gonna have some news today or what? People are standing. They're standing and they're looking. Oh, back to the numbers. All right. Who gave their numbers with the explanation? Jordan's my type of guy. 0 because he's either involved with the central banking cabal, his family was Rosicrucian, or he's being blackmailed by them. He is insulting our intelligence with his bullshit. Jordan, did you know that when Trump went bankrupt in the 90s, do you know which bank bailed him out? I didn't even know this until like a few months ago. It was the fucking Rothschild Bank who bailed Trump out when he went bankrupt. I mean, and then the after he goes bankrupt, the first purchase he makes is for Miss Teen USA. I don't know. And there's people out there that say, so what? Like, what do you mean, so what? The Rothschilds are involved in so consistently in every bad thing that's ever happened. Like I feel stupid talking about them in relation to bad things happening because it sounds like so overdone that's just not even believable that they were involved in the fucking they were involved in the Napoleonic Wars. They were involved in the French Revolution. They were involved in overthrowing the monarchy in France. They were involved in the American Civil War. They were involved in the creation of the first Central Bank of America. They were involved in the second Central Bank of America. They were involved in trying to assassinate Andrew Jackson for getting rid of the central bank. I even heard in a book the other day that they had blackmail on George Washington. They were involved in starting World War I. They were involved in starting the Federal Reserve. They gave money to Hitler for some reason. They were involved in starting World War II. They were involved in the Balfour Declaration establishing Israel. They were involved in Israel's first nuclear weapon getting obtained. And I'm not talking on my ass. I'm like, I could cite each of these things I just said in different books. So, and then they bailed out Trump. They were part of this currency exchange cabal that apparently Soros is part of. I showed you in the clip last night what New Web said, that Soros and Trump and Epstein, like, they would crash these currency markets and short them and make a ton of money. I mean, part of you has got to fucking admire it. Like, that's 300 years of being front and center in, like, impacting or causing the biggest events to happen in the world. So anybody who tells me they're not still...
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
So anybody who tells me they're not still doing their shenanigans today, I say, get the hell out of here. Like, you're freaking naive if you think they kept this thing going for 300 years, but now they're done. No way. Oh, and by the way, J.P. Morgan was a agent for them because people started to get wise to how they manipulated banking and financial markets. So they literally hired J.P. Morgan to work for them, but they told him to act anti-Semitic so that people wouldn't think that he was connected with them. It's crazy shit. Those Rothschilds, they're a handful. They're some rascals. They like to have their fun. Oh, man, it's and the last notable thing I heard about a Rothschild recently is that one of them introduced what's his name, Uma Abedin and George Soros's kid. So shit, it just doesn't skip a gene. They're just always in the mix. They're always in the mix. What did I drop? All right, so what happened? All right, 6:35. The 7 o'clock crew is starting to have some hope here. We should take in bets. So I said I was feeling like 6:30. That's out. Oh, MK Ultra. I said 0 to 100. You give 10 out of 10. Come on, dude. Florida Girl says if he is protecting the Epstein files, nothing else will change. Like, yeah, because those files likely show that the people who are doing all the bad things to the world are also have a tendency to do horrible things with children. Oh my God, Umberto's trying to barge in. Umberto, you're not allowed to speak on. Oh, are you here to glaze Trump?
Yes, I am.
The Trump glazer's here. So
I'm sorry.
I put in the. Were you watching? I put in the chat. I said 0 to 100. Give a number for Trump. I started the year when he got inaugurated at 99. I'm at 10 right now. So the only 100 I got was Dave, my boy Dave Samuel, and he said it's largely because of the strike on Iran, and it would be a 99 without that.
All right.
What's your score at?
I will give him 98.
What?
I think it can still get better.
You're disgusting.
Well, it's my opinion.
Yeah, and I could criticize it. Tell me about all the great things that he did.
Kicking illegals out.
Not a lot of them. What?
More than the last guy.
Not even, actually. It's actually pretty close, the number of how many Biden deported versus how many Trump deported.
Is it more? Is it less?
I think it's slightly more. Slightly.
All right, then it's more. Slightly more, a little more.
So what about marginal gains, marginal increases?
It's better than no increases, Brandon.
Oh, that's such a bad attitude. It's like we fought tooth and nail for 10 years for this.
Brandon, I know what a Kamala Harris administration would look like.
That's like saying, you could have had cancer, but at least I had my eyes poked out instead.
Yeah, I'd rather get my eyes poked out and not die. Brandon, have you been seeing what's going on in the UK? Have you been seeing what's going on in Europe?
Yeah, and the problem is if we don't fortify our country, then we're susceptible to that once he's gone. Like he's not doing anything to protect Vinny. Vinny, what's your score? Ask me what his score is. Ask me what his score is.
What do you score Trump out of
0 to 100?
Well, first of all, I feel like you're the good guy and I'm the devil in this. I mean, let me explain something to you, Brendan. The tariffs, all that, I'm happy. Really happy. All the other stuff, you already know how I feel about the list and the lying and that's a big, big no-no for me. Am I in the shop? Let me get that. That's a no-no.
There you go.
Listen, if you're going to say you're going to do it, just do it. And then when you don't do it, it makes me question. But I mean, like, think about it. I told somebody this the other day. If Trump kick butt with everything, peace deal everything. He solves Gaza, he solves Russia, he does everything. But you find out that there's video like that. You actually see it with him with an underage girl. How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you just go, oh well, hey, at least the border's closed? No. And there's a lot
of people who would.
Yeah, no. But some people are like, I don't care. Adam's attitude is whatever. There's no wars. I say knock the whole thing. What was the saying, Umberto?
Burn the whole city down.
Yeah, let justice be done, though the heavens fall. I don't care if everything collapses. God, at the end of the day, we're all have to answer to God. So,
you know what I realized the other day? I realized that Adam's like the perfect canary in the coal mine. Like once Adam started supporting Trump, like we all should have been terrified. Like something's deeply wrong. Trump's no longer where we want him to be.
That was a good indicator. Like, wait. You're talking like Trump and you love Trump.
And he gets mad at us when we criticize him now.
Isn't that weird?
Brandon, Vinny goes like, oh yeah, I'm going to turn Christian. If he becomes Christian, I'm turning Buddhist. All right?
If Adam does?
I'm going to convert Adam to Christianity. Watch.
That would be a canary in the coal mine, unfortunately, too.
Yeah. That's a big claim.
All right, bro. Hit me up later.
Bye, Vinny.
Later.
All right. So can we talk about historic meeting?
Historic meaning?
Historic. All right? Historic.
For what? The Russia thing or for the presidents?
Yeah, the Russia thing. Can we talk about the planes flying over?
I gave a good crash course on like a lot of stuff leading up to this. What are you talking about the planes?
That he made the planes fly over Putin?
Oh, stop it. You're gonna make me mad.
Why would I make you mad? That's cool. Planes are cool. I like planes.
You know what that is? That's like when a baby's crying and you jingle a toy in front of its face to like to distract it.
Oh, it works with me, Brandon. You know, it works with me.
I know you and Benny Johnson and Jack Posobiec and everybody. You guys are like, whoa, ooh, yeah, we like him again. Who cares about Epstein?
We're basically the same guy. All right.
You and Benny?
Yeah, we're the same guy.
Did you buy 2 million subscribers?
Yes, I just paid for it out of my credit card. I'm going to be a YouTube star.
How much would that cost, by the way? Guys in the chat, while we're waiting for Trump to tell us that nothing got done, did you guys hear that Benny Johnson might have...
Not with that attitude, all right?
All right. What are the odds?
I'm sorry.
What are the odds? 0 to 100? What?
Was that hottie there? Like the
where?
The lady.
Say it again.
Who's the hottie?
Where?
On camera, next to that Mook that is talking to a microphone. She just stood up.
I think that's the CNN lady, Caitlin Collins.
She looks very good. Very good.
She's always there when bad news is about to happen.
She's there. She's a bad news.
She flew all the way to Alaska just to see Trump's face and ask him the first annoying question when he has nothing good to say.
Jokes aside,
so so President Trump, you said that you would have this deal done 24 hours after becoming president. It's now been 7 months. How do you feel?
You should work for
That's
CNN.
What say. I mean, I don't want to. They're see, it is her. I told you.
Is that her? She's
yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking.
You're not going to say what you're thinking?
No, I think we could telepathically communicate.
All right. Well, I'm just looking around. All right.
Hold on. I'm pulling up Benny Johnson's chart.
I sent it to you. Well, someone else sent it to you. I didn't because I don't like trashing other content creators.
What if they buy subscribers?
Well, it's not my place, you know. You want to have Jake on your show?
You guys are live. You guys are live?
Yeah.
Jake, what are your thoughts on Nick Fuentes?
Jake doesn't want to be on the show. Is it a Russian press lady? Oh my God! Why are the ladies?
Let's get a Jake hot take about Nick Fuentes.
Cold Jake take.
Yeah, Jake take. 30 seconds on Fuentes.
I like this format.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Just shooting the shit like we're in a bar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Han, you're really going to like
fake revelations, and I want to tell your audience you did very well this week.
Oh, and the numbers?
Yeah, the numbers are great.
Thank you. Well, I couldn't do without these guys here in the chat. So thank you, all you guys, for helping me not fall by the wayside.
Do you warn your audience to not take me seriously, that I'm just a rage baiter? Oh, there it is. You got the
No,
active
they
chart?
all. Yeah. By the way, they all think that you're a Trump glazer.
Really?
Like in my comment section, because I was venting last night on the stream about how people are talking shit about me in the Unusuals chat, and I'm like, it's okay because I know 80% of the population is a simulation. They're an NPC, so they can't help it. They can't help but like just think what they're programmed to think. So I can't even get mad about it. And they're like, yeah, fuck Umberto. He's just a Trump glazer. And I'm like, it's more complicated than that.
It is more complicated. You know who I am politically? You know when the Titanic was sinking?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy with the violin. While that's the guy I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. So obviously this doesn't make sense, but the weird thing is, so here I have a hot take about Benny. Ready? So
Right,
Benny's the heart.
Can I explain the numbers a little bit to put in perspective? Because we did a dive on these numbers. Like I literally just did the numbers for all the channels, and view-wise, Fox News, it doesn't even track to the competition. It's the number one channel on YouTube. Like for example, they do 600 million views, and the second channel will do 100 million views. All right, it's not even Brandon. It's not even close. And then the second one is MSNBC. That makes sense. Midas Touch. I don't know. I don't believe Charlie's numbers. I don't believe Charlie's numbers at all because it's the last quarter. Joe Rogan.
Hold on a second. Do you hear that?
What?
Do you hear that guy talking?
What guy talking?
Oh, you're not hearing that?
Oh yeah, there's that.
Oh, here I got it. It was not okay. Sorry. So pick up from the Fox News thing.
No, we really look into these numbers. We have tools and sources, and I know Fox News should be number one by far. I don't know about Media's Touch. I don't know about Charlie Kirk's numbers because we track all these numbers. And this chart, Brandon, this chart makes no sense whatsoever. Makes no sense.
Like even if he had 1 million, it would be suspicious. But 2.2 million, that's crazy.
Brandon, we can pull up. Well, go with your hot take, and then let's go to Asmon Gold's channel to check out the numbers. Or we can social blade it.
All right. So he's the hardest working lazy person I've ever seen. Benny Johnson's the hardest working lazy person I've ever seen. I admire the degree which he fucking grinds all day, like every day. You know, he does at least 3 or 4 streams. Like if something happens, he jumps on it. He's super active on X. He's super active on Instagram, super active on YouTube. But the extent to which his content is, he just like a thing happens, he takes out his camera and talks about the thing.
So you're saying he's intellectually lazy?
I don't know. Is that the right way to phrase it? Maybe that's all he wants to be, but
yes,
he's always there to talk about what's happening, but he just doesn't do it in a very above and beyond way.
All right. So you're saying he puts in the work, but he's not putting the thinking. That's what you're saying.
High quality work ethic, low quality information.
But this
I've never gone on his videos and been like, wow, like that was shocking.
But Brandon, look at the chart. Are you gonna tell me that Asmon Gold brought in less subscribers than Benny Johnson?
The only way it's possible is because of how much Benny posts, but Fox News posts way more than Benny.
Brandon, every Asmon Gold video does at least 500,000.
Yeah.
Like he can do multiple. Like he's the only guy that can do 3 million videos a day, and you know that, and I know this.
Yep. No, Asmon Gold's got the sweetest gig in the world. Like he just finds a 3-minute video to react to. He'll pause it 3 or 4 times as he's playing it, say a joke, give an opinion, and somehow magically gets 1 million views. It's incredible.
I know, but
every YouTuber in the world is jealous of Asmon Gold.
I like him a lot. Those shoulders, Brandon, they're looking dangerous. Who do you work out your shoulders with?
This guy who really, really likes Trump.
Terrible guy, worst guy. All right, that's my contribution because I don't think we're gonna get any more news. But I'm happy to discuss Trump's victories in a little bit.
Name them. Name all of them.
No, I'm not gonna name the past ones. I'm waiting for the new victory because that war is gonna be over tonight.
Yo, is it?
Yeah, it will.
Want to make a bet?
Who's that lady? Brandon, they brought all the best looking ladies here.
To distract us.
Really? Look at this.
I think
one.
so.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She looks Russian.
She does look Russian.
I don't trust her. People in the chat, or guys in the chat, I guess, do you think Russian girls are the scariest girls out there of all the girls? Like
1,000%.
Yeah, I don't trust them. It's like a black widow spider, or not? No, it's not like a black widow spider. What's something that like you see it and you're intrigued by it and you want to go approach it, but you know it could kill you if you do approach it.
and the timeline on their build. All right, they turn 18, hot. 26, super hot. 40, they keep their thing going. 50, still super hot. They hit 65 and they go babushka mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like they fall off a cliff.
Yeah, big cliff.
Well, are you sure you're being fair with that? Because I think a lot of them aged pretty quickly because of all the wars and everything.
They're saying
like
here,
Germany was at least decent enough to, huh?
They're saying that Homoberto goes to the CNN news anchors. All right, something's happening, Brandon. I see cameras going on.
I've seen this show happen a few times though.
All right,
I keep wondering what. Oh, is that your girl?
Yeah.
Was it Susie? Is that Bill Barr?
If Bill Barr is here, I'm out.
There's the boxer.
Okay, the boxer Kurt Besant, and what's the name?
Lutnick.
Yeah,
Lutnick.
And she's my favorite. The
Pam Bondi.
No, the press lady's my favorite.
Oh, Levitt.
Yeah.
Fuentes hates her. I kind of felt bad because of how mean he was being to her last night.
Dude, they're mouthpieces. Beautiful mouthpieces. Except for Karine Jean-Pierre. That less likable than the circle around lady.
And the lady who's the governor of Arkansas now.
She's get out of here.
You didn't know that?
The circle back lady, she's the governor of Arkansas.
Oh, no, not Psaki. I was talking about Huckabee Sanders.
Oh, boy.
All right, Rubio.
My boy Rubio, he's been doing a great job, Brandon. Everyone was trashing him. He's been doing a great job.
He's okay. Was that Wyckoff that was next to him?
Can't tell.
All right, the next one's got to be JD and then Trump, right?
Hopefully they have a lot of salmon there. I heard that.
Salmon?
Yeah. I heard that Alaskan salmon is something else.
Of course it is.
Man, I really want to take a trip there.
Yeah, watch this was like just for a vacation.
It's like Alaska is probably my top one destination right now.
Oh, what we got here? Lucky Skyblazer says, Brand, look at the Alaska tsunami. Are you talking about right now?
I don't believe him. He just called me a homo.
That was the same guy?
Yeah, same guy.
Oh,
there it is.
He's quickly rising in my ranks as the favorite.
All right.
Lucky, are you stirring shit up? Or like, I'm gonna be pissed if I go look for an Alaska tsunami and don't find it.
I think he's gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Oh.
What if they came out fighting? That would be a sight. Putin would whoop his ass.
He has to
Here's the Putin propaganda video.
Nah.
You had to have the one where he's like doing all the cool things. He's like riding a horse shirtless and
there we go. All right. They look friendly. They came out for the announcement. That's a good thing, Brandon. All right, let's get some volume on this thing. You need to unmute the screen on the bottom.
Okay.
Once again, my American counterpart for the proposal to travel out here to Alaska. It only makes sense that we've met here because our countries, though separated by the oceans, are close neighbors. So when we've met, when I came out of the plane and I've said, good afternoon, dear neighbor, very good to see you, in good health, and to see you alive. I think that is very neighborly. And I think that's some kind words that we can say to each other. We're separated by the Strait of Bering, though there are 2 islands only between the Russian island and the US island. They're only 4 kilometers apart. We're close neighbors, and it's a fact. It's also important that Alaska has to do with our common heritage, common history between Russia and the US, and many positive events have to do with that territory. Still, there is tremendous cultural heritage back from the Russian America. For example, Orthodox churches and a lot of more than 700 geographical names of Russian origin. During the Second World War, it was here in Alaska that was the origin of the legendary air bridge for the supply of military aircraft and other equipment under the Land-Lease program. It was a dangerous and treacherous route over the vast emptiness of ice. However, the pilots of both countries did everything to bring closer the victory.
They better have something after all this.
And they gave it all for the common victory. I was just in the city of Magadan in Russia, and there is a memorial there dedicated to the Russian and the US pilots. And there are 2 flags, the US flag and the Russian flag. And I know that here as well, there is such a memorial. There is a military burial place several kilometers away from here. The Soviet pilots that buried there who died during that dangerous mission. We're thankful to the citizens and the government of the US for carefully taking care of their memory. I think that's very worthy and noble. We'll always remember other historical examples when our countries defeated common enemies together.
Wrap it up, Putin.
Battle camaraderie and alliance, supported each other.
Seriously.
I'm sure that this heritage will help us rebuild and foster mutually beneficial and equal ties at this new stage, even during the hardest conditions. Please know that there have been no summits between Russia and the US for 4 years, and that's a long time. This time was very hard for bilateral relations, and let's be frank, they've fallen to the lowest point since the Cold War. I think that's not benefiting our countries and the world as a whole. It is apparent that sooner or later we had to amend the situation to move on from the confrontation to dialogue. And in this case, a personal meeting between the heads of state has been long overdue, naturally under the condition of serious and painstaking work. This work has been done in general. Me and President Trump have very good direct contact. We've spoken multiple times. We spoke frankly on the phone. And special envoy of the president, Mr. Woodcock, traveled out to Russia several times. Our advisors and heads of foreign ministries kept in touch all the time. And you know fully well that one of the central issues was the situation around Ukraine. We see the strive of the administration and President Trump personally to help facilitate the resolution of the Ukrainian conflict. And this strive to get to the crux of the matter, to understand its history, is precious. As I've said, the situation in Ukraine has to do with fundamental threats to our security. Moreover, we've always considered the Ukrainian nation, and I've said it multiple times, a brotherly nation, however strange it may sound in these conditions. We have the same roots, and everything that's happening is a tragedy for us, a terrible wound. Therefore, the country is sincerely interested in putting an end to it. At the same time, we're convinced that in order to make the settlement lasting and long-term, we need to eliminate all the primary roots, the primary causes of that conflict. And we've said it multiple times, to consider all legitimate concerns of Russia and to reinstate a just balance of security in Europe and in the world on the whole. And I agree with President Trump, as he has said today, that naturally the security of Ukraine should be ensured as well. Naturally, we're prepared to work on that. I would like to hope that the agreement that we've reached together will help us bring closer that goal and will pave the path towards peace.
All right,
in Ukraine.
something, Brandon.
Hold
Hold on. What? They agree.
And that they won't throw a wrench in the works. They will not make any attempts to use some backroom dealings or to conduct provocations to torpedo the nascent progress.
He's gone.
Incidentally, when the new administration came to power, bilateral trade started to grow. It's still very symbolic. Still, we have a growth of 20%. As I've said, we have a lot of dimensions for joint work. It is clear that U.S. and Russian investment and business cooperation have tremendous potential. Russia and the U.S. can offer each other so much in trade, digital, high-tech, and in space exploration. We see that Arctic cooperation is also very possible. And our international context, for example, between the Far East of Russia and the West Coast of the U.S. Overall, it's very important for our countries to turn the page, to go back to cooperation. It is symbolic that not far away from here, the border between Russia and the U.S., there is a so-called international dateline. I think you can step over literally from yesterday into tomorrow. And I hope that we'll succeed in that, in political sphere. I would like to thank President Trump for our joint work, for the well-wishing and trustworthy tone of our conversation. It's important that both sides are result-oriented, and we see that the President of the U.S. has a very clear idea of what he would like to achieve. He sincerely cares about the prosperity of his nation. Still, he understands that Russia has its own national interests. I expect that today's agreement will be the starting point, not only for the solution of the Ukrainian issue, but also will help us bring back business-like and pragmatic relations between Russia and the U.S. And in the end, I would like to add one more thing. I'd like to remind you that in 2022, during the last contact with the previous administration, I tried to convince my previous American colleague that the situation should not be
That's a very good point.
Point of no return when it would come
Yeah,
to
the translator thing?
facilities. And I said
Or the audio.
back then that it's a big mistake. Today, when President Trump saying that if he was the president back then, there will be no war. And I'm quite sure that it would indeed be so. I can confirm that. I think that overall, me and President Trump have built a very good business-like and trustworthy contact. And I have every reason to believe that moving down this path, we can come, and the sooner the better, to the end of the conflict in Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. That was very profound. And I will say that I believe we had a very productive meeting. There were many, many points that we agreed on. Most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there, but we've made some headway. So there's no deal until there's a deal. I will call up NATO in a little while. I will call up the various people that I think are appropriate. And I'll, of course, call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting. It's ultimately up to them. They're going to have to agree with what Marco and Steve and some of the great people from the Trump administration who've come here, Scott and John Ratcliffe. Thank you very much. But we have some of our really great leaders. They've been doing a phenomenal job. We also have some tremendous Russian business representatives here. And I think, you know, everybody wants to deal with us. We've become the hottest country anywhere in the world in a very short period of time. And we look forward to that.
Oh, bad time for commercial.
Great progress today. I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir. We had many tough meetings, good meetings. We were interfered with by the Russia hoax. That made it a little bit tougher to deal with, but he understood it. I think he's probably seen things like that during the course of his career. He's seen it all. But we had to put up with the Russia hoax. He knew it was a hoax, and I knew it was a hoax. But what was done was very criminal. But it made it harder for us to deal as a country in terms of the business and all of the things that we'd like to have dealt with. But we'll have a good chance when this is over. So just to put it very quickly, I'm going to start making a few phone calls and tell them what happened. But we had an extremely productive meeting, and many points were agreed to. There are just a very few that are left. Some are not that significant. One is probably the most significant, but we have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there. I would like to thank President Putin and his entire team, who I know in many cases, other than that, whose faces I get to see all the time in the newspapers. You're almost as famous as the boss, but especially this one right over here. But we had some good meetings over the years, right? Good, productive meetings over the years, and we hope to have that in the future. But let's do the most productive one right now. We're going to stop really 5, 6, 7,000, thousands of people a week from being killed, and President Putin wants to see that as much as I do. So, again, Mr. President, I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but
the flex.
I could see it possibly happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Thank you.
And thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No questions. What a epic fucking waste of time. Like, how hard is it to just simply give them that shitty slice of land? Like, I pulled it up before. I'll pull it up again. Tell me which demands of these is hard to meet. So I'm going to show you right now Putin's peace terms. Tell me which one of these is unmeetable. I'll share the screen real quick. Tell me what's so hard about this.
You know I'm biased.
You're echoing.
You know I'm biased.
I know. I want to see which one. So, key demands: territorial recognition. So the areas Russia's occupied or annexed, Crimea 2014, and then these ones are those. What?
Like Crimea, that's done. It's already annexed in 2014, and it's over. Then Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Saripova, they went to vote on those regions. All right, they held a referendum.
Your audio is brutal right now.
Your face is brutal. Let me see if I can.
Your audio, like your audio, sounds like you're underwater.
Why would it be underwater?
I don't know. I'm just saying your audio is messed up.
Let me see. One second.
Here, let me show you this.
How about
map while you're looking for
How about now?
Still.
Is it better?
No.
No. Let me try.
Maybe it's because you're speaking blasphemous. So look, this is all they're asking for. Are you talking through your headphones?
All right, Brandon, can you hear me now?
It's a little bit better. But what's so hard about this? No. What's so hard about this, though?
All right, Brandon, let me break it down.
It's not that complicated.
Is it better now?
No.
Okay, Brandon, I'm done with your show. I'm out. All right.
God doesn't want you to embarrass yourself. But look at this. Look at this. This is Oh, same thing. There's one showing like how many Russian citizens or like Russian natives were in that part. It was like all of them, and then the other part was Ukrainians. But yeah, so Trump's gone from a 9, or excuse me, from a 10 to an 8 for me now. Sad. Then the other ones were. Did he jump off? Yep, he jumped off. So yeah, guys, what do you think about that? I mean, like nothing shocking there. We all said probably nothing's gonna get done, but shit. Like, what is so hard about that? For those of you, I think most of you were here for that before. I could run through it quick and then jump off. Again, that re-recognition of land, Ukraine neutrality, permanently renounce any aspirations to join NATO, demilitarize. Russia wants Ukraine to dismantle its defense capabilities and suppress national political entities under justification of removing neo-Nazi influence. Russia must be granted official language status in Ukraine. Trump wants English to be the official language in America, so he should understand that. Sanctions relief, don't see a problem with that. If they stop the war, then the ceasefire conditions, Putin insists this is a temporary freeze, place the moral and political responsibility upon Ukraine. Ukraine halts troop movement, stops military mobilization, and ends foreign military support. Yeah, so it seems like nothing got done today. That's embarrassing. It's a waste of everybody's time. It's too bad. But yeah, guys, can't dwell on it. Can't dwell on it. You know, still we gotta just I guess be thankful that we're not like exponentially getting worse as a country the way that we were the 4 years prior to this. We're kind of like in a position of like being like neutral, not like maybe slowly going like before we were just cascading down it. I think right now we're going like this. Maybe I was hoping we'd go like that. We're not doing that. So I guess we could look at the glass half full that way if we're really trying hard to look at the glass half full. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'll give me 10 years. I'll try to do better than him. Maybe Fuentes will. Oof! Imagine like if Fuentes and Charlie Kirk ran for president against each other. All right, that's time to go, guys. I love you. Thank you for joining me today. And if you want to be part of the VT research group, the link is in the description. If you want to hit me up on Minnect, if you disagree with me on anything, if you want to argue, if you want to bring my attention to something that I'm overlooking, you could find me on Minnect. But much love. I will talk to you guys later.
You know, we talk about the deep state, we talk about the globalists, inflation versus deflation.
Well, I mean,
Here at Mar-a-Lago. I'm baffled that this isn't front page news.
Do you guys support a specific political party, or do you dislike both of them?